We know who you are. We know where you live. Be careful where you want to go to your next holiday. And so we try to disrupt the reputation in the criminal ecosystem.
Who loves true crime here in the audience? Yeah, there's some. I mean, a lot of us here in the room are working in cybersecurity, but I think it's sometimes so abstract. So the idea with this panel is to make cybercrime or cybersecurity to understand it better when things becoming illegal. So we have two gentlemen here on the stage, and we will go into it. We will hear some real-life stories, how BKA basically works to secure critical infrastructure. We will hear some cases from Italy, maybe some mafia cases. So let's go into some true crime now. So let's start with the introductions. Fred, you start.
Yes, good morning, everybody. Buenos dias. My name is Fred Mario Silberbach. I'm officer of the BKA, of the Federal Criminal Police Office in Wiesbaden in Germany since 1982. I'm a criminal police officer and had different steps. I was investigator, I was a member of the support board of the president of the BKA, had different experiences also with the political sector, and work now in the area of cybercrime more than 12 years. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Salvatore Russo. I'm the Guardia di Finanza attaché in Spain. So I follow all the investigation between Italy and Spain in economic and financial crime.
Okay, thank you. So let's go to our first case. Are you ready? Let's talk about critical infrastructure first. So we found one case when Berlin Airport got hacked. This is something for you, Fred. Tell us a little bit more about what happened and what the involvement of BKA was.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yes, at the 19th of September this year, there was a cyber attack, not directly on the Berlin Airport, but on a service provider, a small company in the United States that provides products and services, especially for airports around the world. As a consequence of this attack, 4 airports in Europe had significant failures in their work, and especially the airports in Berlin and Brussels and Dublin and London Heathrow had to face significant disturbances in the working processes. The attack focused on the cloud-based multi-user environment of Collins Aerospace. That's the attacked company, especially on the system Orange. I hope I have spoken out it correctly. That's the abbreviation for Aeronautical Radio Incorporated. And this system links several data sources at the airports for different services. For example, the check-in process, the boarding process, and the handling with the luggage. This ransomware attack, it was a ransomware attack, led to failures of these electronic handling systems at the airports and caused considerable delays in the flights and also many flight cancellations. The investigations in that case still are going on, so I cannot bring so many details here. But this case shows the really high threat situation for cyber attacks against institutions of the criminal infrastructure. And they cause not only big financial losses, they also have massive consequences for critical working processes and also for the public life. In Berlin at that weekend, there was a marathon event with more than 55,000 participants. So a lot of them arrived to Berlin by plane and wanted to leave Berlin by plane. And they really had problems to reach the city or to leave the city. We have in Germany a federal association called Bitkom. That's the Federal Association of the Digital and Telecommunication Industry. And every year they publish a study. We call it Wirtschaftsschutzbericht. In this study, they describe the total financial loss and other consequences connected with digital attacks like data theft, industrial espionage or sabotage. And especially for 2025, and the report is just a couple of weeks old, they describe the financial loss of totally of nearly 289 billions of euro. 70% of these losses are directly linked with attacks, cyber attacks. So that means a little bit more than 200 billions of euros. We have financial losses only caused by cyber attacks only at the economy and industrial sector in Germany. So we talk about how to invest money, how to make a better and safer environments and societies. And here we have more than 200 billions of euros of financial loss only in one country.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
Absolutely.
Fred, just one question out of curiosity. Without going obviously into details, such a case like Berlin Airport, like how big is the team? Like how many people from BKA are working on this?
Yeah. It depends on the case. It depends in which way we have traces. It depends on the time when we are informed. Yeah? Sometimes we don't get informed about attacks. That's not so good from our perspective. Because as a police, we want to know cases, the relevant cases, because we want to have a good overview about the criminal situation, about actual trends, and maybe new modi operandi the perpetrators use to attack systems. And of course, we want to start investigations and want to detect identified perpetrators, detect the infrastructure, and seize the infrastructure. That means every case that we get reported, then we can start. And it depends on the case, whether you start with a couple of officers or maybe you create a special organization. In German, there's a word Sonderkommission, where you put 20, 30, 40 officers together and start directly like a project work investigating the case. Just to add another thing, this was a ransomware case, so that was a financial motivated case. But we see a heavy increasement also of cyber attacks that have a politically and ideologically background, especially DDoS attacks caused by, we call them Hacktivismusgruppierungen, so groups that have an hacktivistical background. And this is not all. So, and then we already heard today artificial intelligence, AI. We already see malware that attacks systems and links and communicates outside with AI tools and ask what do I have to do in this victim system. Normally, a criminal sits on the other side and checks the system through using the malware. Now the malware can do it by itself. And another new proof of concept, there's a malware and also a large language model already installed on the victim system. And then they disrupt the connection to the internet and the malware works alone. And later on reports to the organization and asks what to do now. So that shows us another step forward in the capabilities of the criminal side.
Okay. So now we're moving from Germany a little more south to Italy. And before we have our first question for Salvatore, great uniform, by the way.
Giorgio Armani.
Yeah.
No, joking.
We brought you a little video, which we would like to show you first before we go into the questions for Salvatore. So please take a look.
All right, kids. Let's open up the family albums and remember some good times.
Okay, Daddy.
Awesome. We look so happy, honey.
We sure do, baby. Oh wow, those were some great times.
Can we go there again, Dad? It was so much fun.
Can we, Daddy?
Sure, kids. But first, I'll have to earn some money.
Bye, honey.
Okay, you will see that video in full later. That is amazing. Netflix great quality from Federal Criminal Police in
Someone
Germany.
infected.
Yeah, but now we would like to show you a video from Italy first, please. Yeah, Salvatore, these are your colleagues in action.
Yeah. Thanks
so-
for showing
yeah.
this video, because I would have asked you to show this video just for understanding for the audience about my thoughts in this field. We are economic and financial police, so we need data, financial data, economic data, managing them for create a operational input for starting investigation. And for this reason, we use several data and database, because we are tax police. So we have all the tax return of Italian citizens. We are custom police, so we have all the data about people and the goods that are inbound and outbound from Italy. So these are very sensitive information that we have to protect. And we have 56,000 people. Majority are involved in investigation and can use this database. For them, for this reason, all workstation of each Guardia di Finanza person could be infected. And the criminals could use documents and the data for the dark market. Guardia di Finanza, for this reason, our IT infrastructure was indissolubly linked in possession and management autonomous IT infrastructure. Guardia di Finanza always adopted a clear solution to separate our infrastructure from the outside world. But in the same time, we have many links that all people can enter in our intranet website for a public competition or somewhere else. Well, we adopted we harmonized our infrastructure to the Italian law that is harmonized to the EU law. Our approach is a holistic approach that I can say we follow 4 steps: people, technologies, procedures, and collaboration. Collaboration also with the private sector. People, increase the user awareness. And in this field, we have a generation like me that, compared with my children, are more familiar in IT technologies. So, and we have to invest in this type, like me, this type of generation for increase this awareness. And we are investing in the new generation in our school. Technologies, we created a security operations center, a warm room, where we can check all our system, and also we can check the single workstation. I think like the BKA, we also, and what's important is the procedure, the cybersecurity response procedure in case of attack. And in this area, we harmonized our system like the Italian laws that was issued in 2019. We defined the roles, responsibilities, and the communication, internal and external, also with private sector and the expert in this field. And finally, the collaboration, because in case of attack, we need a trust relationship with all the expert
ecosystem, an ecosystem.
Exactly,
yeah.
Exactly.
It's our feet.
Because it's important, and it's important having your information. I would like to talk to the audience, because we have autonomous infrastructure, but we need each other cooperation out each other, because we have a gap. We have a rapid technology evolution and a slow regulatory response. I think that our experience and your experience is important for
to get a result.
Exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. We will talk about this a little bit more in a few seconds. What is your role as an MSP when shit hits the fan? But before we do that, one more question to both of you. Actually, I think there's also a couple of colleagues from Policia Nacional here in the room, from Spain. You're representing Italy, you're representing Germany. How does cross-border cooperation look like? Do you work together often? And like, how is it organized nowadays in Europe?
May I start? Yes. We cannot work successfully without cross-border cooperation. It's absolutely essential, because the criminals are worldwide located. There are hotspots in different countries of the world. Ransomware, we have a lot of criminals in the Eastern European countries. Yeah, and if we want to, and the normal approach of the police is to identify suspects and to arrest them, to bring them to court. But if these criminals sit in, we call them safe havens, in safe countries, for example, Russia, but it's not alone, there are also other countries, then this approach will come rather fast, really fast to the end. So we try with international cooperation to identify the technical infrastructure, because criminal groups need IT infrastructure to commit their crimes. They need servers, they need back-end servers, front-end servers, they need domains to do the attacks globally, And this infrastructure very often is located globally and disseminated globally. So that means we have to work together with partners from the international countries, with our law enforcement agencies, and there's a good and close cooperation because I think the last 2-3 years we were together successful in launching a lot of actions or action weeks and to destroy the criminal IT infrastructure, also to identify criminals, to put search warrants on them and to tell them, come on, we know where you are, and if you want to travel out of your country now, then you have the risk to become arrested.
Yes.
Yeah? This is essential. Cybercrime is global, and the fight against cybercrime must also be global.
Correct.
Yeah, this is my role here in Spain. We are 26 officers around the world in countries that, for Guardia di Finanza, is interesting economic and financial features. We follow the money, okay? This is a famous phrase for our magistrates, judges, Italian judges, Falcone and Borsellino, for fight mafia, organized crime. Mafia is not only in Italy. We call mafia organized crime, but unfortunately, each country has its organized crime. The problem, we follow them, we can talk about the cryptocurrency, for example, because we are in an IT environment. Criminals have one goal, make money. Because if someone is doing something illicit for not money, we could say that is a terrorism, because they want to change some political set. But all activity make money. So there is a dark market for data, for documents, and sometimes and often the money is invested in cryptocurrency, but they fragment in a little amount, fragment this cryptocurrency, and they move this cryptocurrency in an anonymous wallet, and they transfer this anonymous wallet in the server platform. And the provider could be located in countries where there is no cooperation. Okay. So you know that we have a dark list, green list issued by European Union or FATF, the agency that is involved in anti-money laundering around the world, or United Nations. And for this reason, we need the cooperation also for having a bank account for the investigator, for the person investigated. And yeah, this is, we are now in transnational criminality.
Well, if you're ready, I would just want to add something to my comment.
No, yeah, about the mafia. Because yesterday I was drinking with other people here, and great reception yesterday night, and also great music, in my opinion.
Thank you.
But and talking about with some people, some colleagues of the private sector, please talk about mafia, because these are words that nobody talk us. We talk only about technical IT features, etc. Now we are in an era that mafia. We cannot say that the mafia is using digital asset or digital criminal. We are now in digital mafia. Transactions are made by crypto. Recruitment is made online. Extortion, ransomware. The traditional crimes like drug deals or trafficking of human race is hybrid. So for this reason, we have a digital mafia, because we have now a second and third generation of the historical boss of mafia. And because of these families have, due to the illicit trafficking crime, have the wealthy of the family allows send their children abroad for studying, for their studying in the most important, the most famous university across the world. And they, in the next generations of mafia now, are accountant, are lawyer, are expert in cyber. And we can talk now about this. And they are living now with the wealth of its parents, with its grandfather, and our task is now to confiscate these properties. And because they move around the world, where, in particular in countries that there is no cooperation, we need to have a strong cooperation with the police around the world.
Yeah, I can assume that these can be very sophisticated operations in the second or third
It's not
generation
easy.
now. Yeah.
It's not easy, in particular for seizing crypto. It depends, because if the crypto is, it depends on the wallet. Custodial wallet, okay, we have a legislation that mentioned that all the provider of cryptocurrency have to collect, store, and share this information with the authorities. But in case of no custodian wallet, you know, the cryptographic keys could stay in a paper, could stay in a device. And in this case, we need also the cooperation of the person. Of course, how? Okay, this is our task. But could be interesting. We can use, in this case, we can use undercover activity.
Okay.
So we can simulate a colleague in a virtual environment, but only in a few cases mentioned by the laws.
Okay.
MSP has his customers, and I think it's very important that an MSP analyzes the products and processes of the customers, and in which way could an attack cause which consequences, which failures, and to make a good analysis before. And then, of course, if there are some critical attacks that is more than only a DDoS attack for 10 seconds, an attack that really is able to destroy the work, the products, especially critical infrastructures. We as a BKA in Germany, we have a responsibility to investigate cases where relevant IT systems of critical infrastructures are attacked, because the federal government and the parliament, say 10 years ago, these attacks are so relevant because they disturb the public life. We want to investigate them with the best quality and quantity we have. So it depends on the case. But from my perspective, today ransomware cases where data are decrypted, exfiltrated, used for data for extortion cases, cases of industrial espionage or sabotage are really heavy cases that can provide a lot of criminal bad impact that should be reported at the police.
I know it's not easy to call the police during a ransomware because they create the attack for their objective is to create to the user a foggy brain. Because I have no time for deciding. I'm losing money because after hour I lose money in my company. I understand that it's not easy in this case. And I spent all my career in mafia investigation, and also for citizens, was not easy to report an extortion. But we need trust in police, because we have all the tools to protect the company, to protect the people that report us this information. And only in this way we can fight this type of criminal. And, you know, the cyber attack could be also with the AI. And about the AI,
Yeah, but for AI, do you see like a volume increase over the last 2 years in attacks which are basically managed by AI?
We see especially change the quality of attacks.
Okay. It's getting
2 years
better,
ago,
more sophisticated.
AI was not able to create a normal, good, pronounced and written phishing email. This time is over now.
Yeah.
You get perfect phishing emails.
yeah.
As
I mean, the phishing email nowadays looks more legit as the email from a real bank.
Of course.
Yeah.
I can say that the last year, the 53%, around 53% of the financial fraud came from the phishing and malware attack. In Italy, honestly, we don't have evidence about the use of AI by the mafia or other. Okay, for create email like yours. But we in Milan we create the name is the people-based model.
Okay.
What is the example? We have robberies, okay? We have 1,000 of robberies in an area, in Milan, but we don't have 1,000 of robberies. Robberies are 100, not 1,000. So we are collecting all the information about the behavior of the criminals, how they managed their crime, how was the dress, all this information for what? For understand which crimes were did by the same person.
Yeah.
This is a use of AI in our activity. Also, we have a place model in Naples, in particular. We collect all the information in which type of crimes were occurred in some area of the city, just for prediction. Try to prediction, but it's not sure that the next event will be there. And on the other side, this is just the use of the AI.
Okay. I mean, we just talked about when to call the police, or we got a good overview what MSP should do. Now let's talk about MSPs being the intelligence source. I think it's hard to give a general answer to this, but maybe you can give us some idea or a case. You know, you can talk about where the service provider acts as intelligence source for you. Does that happen often, or is that not really that often?
You mean in the normal way or in a specific case?
No, but I think in general that service providers proactively go to you, ooh, we saw something here, you should take a look into that.
About intelligence. Well, you know, we have a legislation that the providers have to share information, but about intelligence, we need your help. In our investigation, for example, with the professionals, notary, for example, that transfer the wealth, they can see, you are seeing what happened on the ground. And we need your information, but I repeat, your information will be protected. When I spent my career in my investigation, I invited the professionals, a lawyer or a notary, to have trust to give me information. And I thought, don't worry, you will come in my office, you will not register at the entrance of my barrack. We just take a coffee and we talk, because we are police. So, and never in the future, no judges could ask us how you started this investigation, who gave you this information.
Okay.
So for this reason, you can sure that you can be sure that
Secret,
exactly.
and protected. Yeah. Do you want to add something?
Yeah, MSPs are really important for us. We are in Germany in a regularly information exchange with them, with different partners, because we are interested in get new information and also data, because to bring more validity in our situation reports. Yeah, and we as a police only have a limited quantity and quality of information when the people makes a complaint at the police. But then the most interesting data are not included in the complaints. So, and then the other point is operational threat intelligence information, where, and that's the challenge for us, we want to separate a little bit the relevant, good, valuable information for us that we can use, but not have to take care for all the other smaller information that they also have to start cases. No, but we are in a regularly and sometimes also new information exchange with big service providers in Germany, also with international partners. And we make also conferences where we invite them regularly to stay in a permanent InfoX.
Okay. We are out of time a little bit.
Before leaving,
Yeah.
I would like to thank MPS Global.
Thank you.
We value your activity, we value your event. It's not the first time that the Guardia di Finanza attended this event, because it's important to have this contact with the person.
It is.
So,
And the two gentlemen will stay a little bit longer today, at least you, Fred. Policia Nacional is here with 6-7 people. You will find them for sure, sooner or later. Ah, yeah, look. With one of them, I had a phone conversation. I don't know whom. You, okay, perfect. Nice to meet you. So we will be around, and let's make the world a better place together, and a safer one.
To give a last information, because
Please.
we don't show the second video now, I think.
exactly, yeah.
It was a video, and everybody can watch it yourself. There is a public web page, operation-endgame.com. That's a web page set on by different law enforcement agencies worldwide. The Operation Endgame is the cooperated permanent action against cybercriminals. And as a new approach, we identify the perpetrators, also when they're sitting in countries where we cannot arrest them. And with these videos, for example, we show exactly the criminal, the individual. We know who you are. We know where you live. Be careful where you want to go to your next holiday. And so we try to disrupt the reputation in the criminal ecosystem. And we want also to declare all the people around him, take care. If you want to continue working with him, we also get you on the radar. So that's our attempt, our approach to disturb the criminal ecosystem. Everybody can watch the videos. That's like a Netflix series, Series 1, Episode 1, Series 1, Episode 2. We have a couple of videos, 1-2 minutes long, so feel free to look them. I think they are very good, and entertainment is included. But in every video is a message included. Operation-endgame.com. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We will post it in our agenda so that everyone sees it. Thank you to both of you, and yeah, we will see you later. Maybe we have time to talk more about over lunch later. Thanks a lot to both of you.
Thank you very much.